What's up, guys? Disc Golf Examiner is back for some of our first coverage of the year after the coronavirus quarantine at the 2020 Hoppy Hyzer at Sugarcreek Park. This is not our first time here, but we're glad to be back. This tournament is powered by Prodigy, and our coverage today is sponsored by Steel City Discs and Team Trinity. Steel City Discs is our tournament directors company out here in the Pittsburgh area, runs all kinds of tournaments, does all kinds of league stuff, lots of volunteer time. And Team Trinity is from Trinity Sports out in Homer City. They do a lot of running the tournaments out that way. The Simpson brothers really do a lot. I know last time I ran a tournament, they gave me a stamped towel for every single player. So these guys are definitely taking care of things out in Indiana. With me today in the commentary booth is Chris Lutz.
Hey,
Chris.
how's it going, Bryan?
Good, how are you? Chris is the
I'm doing good this evening.
Good. Chris is one of the brainchilds of this course out here at Sugarcreek, which is very unique, and you're going to see that. Why don't you tell them a little bit about the course? What are we expecting to see out here today, Chris?
Hopefully a lot of good shots, but in the tight woods. At 19 of the 20 holes are in the woods. There's only one open hole, which is hole 1, and you actually got to go over a pond on that one.
Yeah, this course definitely doesn't take it easy at all. And it's definitely a fun course. You'll see a lot of really cool course design elements. We're seeing Chris bang a nice putt there. Glad that he got to play out here as well. What did you think of the day? I mean, weather was great, right?
Oh, weather was great. A little steamy and hot, but it was perfect weather for golfing.
Yeah, just glad to be back outside, huh?
Exactly.
So,
playing
like you
working.
said, we are in tight woods here. This is Western Pennsylvania golf. We're about an hour outside of Pittsburgh to the northeast. And why don't you tell them a little bit? You guys just kind of made a course because you didn't have one, right?
Well, yeah. Anytime we wanted to go golfing, we actually had to drive an hour to Moraine, Deer Lakes, Knob Hill was actually a little over an hour. And yeah, we had a local park within about 10 minutes, and we proposed it to them, and they said, go right ahead. We just had to raise all the funds ourselves and do all the work and maintenance on it.
So here we have one of our 4 players today, Vinny Montanari, local left-hander. You'll see him on a lot of lead cards. Throws really far. Followed by Dave Sileo, who is a guy, this is his first time on coverage, but he could come out and play MA40 and beat you, or he could come out and play open and beat you. Always a threat. He's got a nice little course on his property, so he gets lots of practice. And a new guy, which is kind of an interesting story, Mark Fedorenko, who is a professional and club ultimate player, but their season got kind of canceled this year, because of all the COVID stuff. So he's played 3 rated rounds and has come out with a 970 rating in his first rating. So making some waves. And here's the ever-present Matt Rosier, the walking 2-meter rule of the Pittsburgh scene, once through 1,200 feet on an 800-foot hole. Glad to have him back. So go ahead, Chris. Tell them about hole 1 here as we look at our little handheld drone shot.
Yeah, actually, hole 1, tee shot's about 257 feet. You can either throw a slight turnover over top of the pond, or forehand works awesome too.
Yeah, definitely. And I noticed
Just gotta make
those cat of nine tails are really growing up, so you got to have an extra 5 feet of height there at the end of the pond.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be a pretty easy lefty hyzer hole for Vinny. We know he has the distance there. You can see how bright, nice and open this is, but as you can
It
see,
leaves it a little high, but
yeah. Back into the shady area. This course gets shady real quick. Mark's going to go with a forehand here and leaves it. He knew out of his hand it was low. It just skips over the top there. Gets behind the one big bush on the green, so he's going to have a little obstruction.
Dave with a nice 4 turnover shot. It gets behind a small bush behind the pin. Going to have a tough putt.
Yeah, pretty similar lie to Mark's. And then Rosier always has a really nice turnover shot in his bag. And again, everybody's just going a little long, making sure not to get stuck in that pond. So you can see Mark's looking out of the shade here. He's going to have a low ceiling and a bush to go around. With a little layup, half run.
Now we got Matt with about the same look. Low ceiling putt.
Yeah, Matt's got a really low putt coming down from like his knee area. Ooh, just a chain out on the AM side there. Vinny should be looking to pick up his birdie here on a fairly standard putt.
Oh, he's going to leave himself a tough putt. Coming back.
Yeah, camera jitters. Oh, and then the forehand out kind of chains out. That was a half run there from Dave. He stayed in bounds though, which was good.
Oh.
Oh, it's first hole. We got to work it all out, you know?
Yeah, I counted on the camera jitters.
Yeah, see, Vinny clipped that push. I think it just pushed him down a little bit. He did give that a solid go, but it left him out again. And another...
Another chain out.
Not
a good start for Vinny.
He's smiling. That's good. He's always got a smile on his face. But yeah, not the start you're looking for on a 250-foot hole one. And he gives the pump. All right, let's get off this green and get into the shade. Tell us about hole 2 here.
Hole 2 is roughly about 200 foot, slight hyzer. We put her back in the B position today, make it a little bit more tougher on the guys.
Yeah, you see there's those big lumps of rocks and stuff. And this says 200 feet, but I feel like you've got to throw 400 feet of hyzer if you want to get the whole way there.
Okay, Mark's sitting right by the A position.
Yeah, that would be parked most of the time I play there. Matt going a little higher, trying to push that line of trees. Oh, and hits the last one. Course is looking really great.
Well, we put a lot of work in the evenings trying to get it to look like that.
Yeah, it's been so hot. Working during the day isn't even really an option sometimes. Vinny's got...
Yeah, well, he's up. Yeah, leaves it up high and hits a tree.
I thought he had the line there, but he definitely got a little high. Perfect forehand up shot, though. That'll be a tap-in par for him. Mark's got a long look.
Long look at it, too.
Yeah.
That just leaves it a little short. Easy par.
Got a little tunnel here. Oh, Dave.
Almost.
He wanted it. Matt's pretty much in the same spot.
Oh.
Between the two of them, they would have been dead on. One a little left, one a little right.
Yep.
You notice these baskets here are salient disc baskets. You don't see those a whole lot, but I dig the little alien graphic on them for sure.
Yeah, it was the best option at the time.
Right.
For us.
How long has this course been in the ground?
We finished it in right around December of 2016. We started it in March of 2015.
Okay.
So it's been about 4, going on 5 years now.
Hole 3 here, you'll see the camera's kind of taking this left lane, the direct shot at the awesome green that has the monster truck tires. But what you'll see our players do, some of them will opt to go right at it. Mark here being an ultimate player, it doesn't surprise me that he's taking something kind of slow and going right down the center. Unfortunately, catches that left side. And then you'll notice this, it looks like he's going with not a tomahawk.
Thumber on the inside.
Sorry, I had a brain fart there. He hit the next tree up. He hit the next tree up for Mark. And I think we're going to see Dave. Yeah, he's taking the outside line. That's the line I like.
Yeah. He takes the more local line.
Right.
The outside hyzer.
Yeah. You just got to commit to that a little bit, and you got a good skip. And Vinny, just nose up again. That's unlike him. I think I was intimidating him being there on the camera. I just like
Oh,
to
it gets
rib him.
another bad kick.
Yeah, so we've seen him drop a couple strokes here, and Mark has picked up those strokes, so he's got a lead over the other three guys by 2 strokes here. It should be a pretty routine upshot as long as he gets through that last gap. Oh, he made it through.
Oh,
Oh,
almost thinks it for a 2.
dang. Oh, and a roll away. He should be able to pick
And
that up, though. Matt's got a straddle again. He hasn't had like an unobstructed putt yet today, I don't think. Smart layup.
Vinny just laying it up too for taking his bogey.
Yeah, he's really been developing his forehand, and especially his touch forehand game, I've noticed, has been helping him out a lot. This course is pretty lefty friendly, though.
Oh, off.
This guy's good. Like I said, he's only played. This is his third tournament. His first two were at 2 Mile Run and North Boundary, which are both like bruiser courses. And he's got a 970 rating on his first update. So I'd say that it's kind of translating for him from the ultimate to the disc golf course. Nice putt there.
Yeah, might be glad his season got canceled this year. Getting introduced to it.
Yeah. We got a little shuffle here about who's out. Vinny picking up a bogey. Rough first three holes for him. And a bogey for Mark after that long run and the roll away. So as you can see, this course is no joke. It might be for example, this is a 345-foot hole, but it doesn't feel like that because you've got to throw up this hill that the fairway kind of goes to the left. We'll see a group here playing. And then you're going to play like an S shot back to the right once you get to the top of this hill. And it's skinny gaps the whole way.
Yeah, uphill. It's probably playing a good 430, 435 probably.
Yeah, it's a definite par 4 at 345 feet. That's got to be as the crow flies to the basket. I don't know that you can get there on a 345-foot line.
Probably not.
Early release from Rosier there, catching that first tree. Dave just sneaks past the second tree. And he's on the left side of the fairway. Kick. Yeah, not a bad place. Mark trying to get a little height, catches a tree and gets kicked to the left. Vinny's going to have to go with a turnover, I think.
Oh, Vinny gets a nasty kick.
He was throwing a mantis there, and he was flipping that really nice in the first round. I think he wanted a little more out of that one. Summer again from Rosier.
Not happy about that.
Look, his shoulders hurting him already from all these thumbers. It's funny, before he threw that, he looked at me and said, but this one's actually a thumber line. So he did have a little better line there. But Vinny trying to get back onto the fairway, and he misses everything and kind of ends up with a long look, probably 70 feet out from the picnic table.
Mark's got a good look at the basket.
Woo! Nerves of steel on that catch cam, Bryan Keegan there. He's the man behind Disc Golf Examiner. Dave with a touch forehand just catches a tree. And you're seeing on the camera here, you might think this is all poke and hope. And to a point, it is, but there is definitely 3 or 4 lines to the basket. You just have to hit them.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, we gave you plenty of. Yeah, I gave you plenty of options. You just got to hit the line.
They've had a good upshot there, just kind of got caught by that log. And Vinny is going to give it a little layup. Good plan. Oh, Oh, it actually sat right on the bench there. Vinny was in the way, but
No,
Mark, good putt, Dave.
Dave with a nice putt.
Yeah, yeah. And Matt's going to clean his up. He was right behind the tree for me there. Sorry about that. But again, 345 feet. Took him 5 shots to get there. And, you know, Vinny's pulling up with a par, which is really saving him some strokes on this hole. We were discussing the lie here, making sure we were legal, putting it on the ground.
Picnic tables are weird.
That's a par for Mark. What are we looking at here? This is a bit of a change from how the hole used to be, where we were going around a Mando. Now we have a downhill shot.
Yeah, downhill, pretty much a straight up hyzer. Skip over here to that raised basket again.
Yeah, I love the monster truck tires. It really gives you something to aim for when you're laying up. Yeah, right hand, backhand hyzer.
Ooh, Dave
Just got to
a
miss
little
that
early.
tree. Yeah, got to miss that one. He said it's time to switch to the new chalk bag after that. Notice that Mark throws a lot of standstill shots. I think that gives him a lot of control, and he's used to throwing with that ultimate background from the standstill with like a defender in his face, kind of. Yeah, Vinny.
Circles that putt from Vinny.
It might have been a lot closer if it weren't for that last tree. Matt going wide line.
Matt takes the local route.
Yep. Whether he meant to or not, we'll take it. Dave got stuck here last round, he told me, and I didn't know how he was going to get out. But he does a really nice Anheuser finesse shot. Puts himself probably 50 out, 40 out. It's a good ways. But
I'd say so.
Good recovery.
Looks like Mark laid up to take his par.
Playing smart.
Oh, nice putt.
Whoa, way downtown, and we got a disc golf examination from Disc Golf Examiner. Whew, that just barely hung on.
That just caught.
Good stuff out of Dave. That'll really get his round moving.
Oh.
So is that.
Vinny looking to get his too, but just that little bit of elevation that you're not used to makes a big difference.
Oh, Vinny.
He's dumbfounded. He's speechless.
Still got a smile on his face, though.
Yeah, he's a good sport. Good stuff. So yeah, strokes changing back and forth here. We still got Mark at 1 down. Dave's even. Matt Rosier is at 1 over, and Vinny's at +2. And we're looking at a really, really cool hole. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, hole 6. Slight turnover shot or long forehand. Plays a little downhill.
Yeah, and it seems that easy on paper, but man, to get it to stop, once you get it to go over the hill down to the right, to get it to stop on that rocky green, Dave hits the tree in the center. You either want to go to the left of that tree or the right of that tree.
Yes. Let's see what Mark can do here.
I'm guessing we'll see something flippy. Oh, flip. No, it didn't really flip. Wow.
He's probably got a circle 2 downhill look at that one.
That's amazing. He missed everything on the way down there. It almost made it a straight shot. It looks like Matt's going right behind him. Oh, no, it flipped.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a very nice shot on this hole.
Yeah, if he would have missed that last tree, he definitely would have been on the green. It would have hit those rocks. Probably took a chunk out of his disc, but stopped. Then he going low line forehand. A little too low. This course really reminds me of some of the Northwest courses with all the ferns and the nice shady and light modeling on the fairway from the sun. Dave just kind of putting it into the rocks there. That was stable. Ooh. Caught the last tree.
Catch it. Oh, nice run from Mark.
Yeah, he's got no fear. He hasn't been playing long enough to have a fear of putting, I guess. Right?
Yeah, there's a nice putt from Vinny.
Yeah, there we go. Good save, good save. That's got a good putting routine. Does the same thing every time. Here's a good birdie.
That's a nice birdie on this hole.
Yep. Oh, and we got an examination coming through the vines. I love that you guys strategically leave some vines, and you'll see it on some holes later as well. They are there for a reason.
Yes.
And some tap-ins here. So a little bit of shift in the scores. We got Dave and Matt now tied at even. Mark staying 1 under. Vinny at 2 over. So still anyone's game because we are playing 20 holes here today. Hole 7. Ooh, hole 7. This is a par 5.
Hole 7 is
Go ahead, Chris.
with another elevated basket at the end.
Yeah, so you see the camera's kind of taking the long hyzer route. And any one of those trees that you kick that'll put you into the left, they're going to have a variety of really small gaps to kind of get out. And a super elevated basket. Like, what is it, like 8 feet? 9 feet or something?
To the bottom of the basket, probably right around 7-8 feet, yes.
Matt got a little slip there on the tee pad, but he gets really lucky and kicks kind of to the center area of that left side of the fairway. So he may have a look.
Yeah, it might not be too deep in there.
Dave catches an early one on the right, kicks to the center of the fairway. There's the, I niced him.
There's a good kick still. Gets him out into the fairway.
Yeah.
There you go, Vinny.
I'll take it.
Yeah, nice long sweeping forehand hyzer from Vinny. Lefty forehand hyzer landed right in the middle of the giant pile of rocks, which is kind of the center of the. It's off the fairway, but it's a common landing spot. Dave's got another reach around forehand here. Probably, putting a lot of hand hyzer on it.
Distance.
Little roll to the center near that rock pile. So Mark has got to clearly make one of those really tiny gaps.
Is it? Yes.
Ooh, nice He's getting lucky on these kicks on this hole. It's putting him into the open. Wow, great flex shot from Dave.
Didn't get much off the stand.
This hole's longer than it looks.
Oh, Matt. Matt hits the first tree possible.
He was complaining because he had another obstructed run up. He hasn't had like a clear lie or a clear run up yet today, he said. Vinny's right in the rock pile. He's got kind of an obstructed stance. Ooh.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that's a scary one to run even from like that 35 feet away. There we go, Matt. Right down the center.
Thank you.
That'll do. So Mark again is going with a little touch forehand, hoping to just hit the tree and sit.
Yeah, you got kind of want to be up by the log pile on the top of the basket shooting down. It gets intimidating from the bottom. It's a little higher.
Yeah, you definitely get a 2 or 3 foot height difference from one side of the basket to the other. That was a bid.
That's it and just tried.
That's one of the tallest disc golfers around here, and you can see how tiny he looks. Oh, buddy. Oh, you can see it on his face. Ooh, and that's tough.
Vinny with a nice birdie.
The closer you get to it, the harder. It's almost impossible to do that straight up putt, you know?
Unless you're tall enough and can dunk it.
Yeah. Look how high he's looking. Whew, sneaks it in.
It was a nice birdie.
Yeah, for all the kicks he got, he definitely pulled out a nice birdie there. Nice par for Matt. And Mark just kind of opening up the lead a little bit here. We're on to the next hole, which I really like because you guys took these dead trees and stuff that you cut down and made these cool little bunkers.
Yes, couple little obstacles.
And it's sort of off the tee. There's a really nice Hyzer flex line for the righty. And then you'll see some of the guys take this right-hand Hyzer gap that's there as well. Again, Mark likes to go up the middle, straight up the middle, straight up the middle, and right over the top of the basket. Vinny going with the Drew Gibson force over, but catches a tree about halfway.
There's a nice shot from Matt.
Dave going with that Hyzer line as well. Looking for a skip, and he gets it. Woo! Hit
That's a good run from Vinny.
So you see Mark's got a pretty decent comeback here.
I'd say just outside the circle.
Half run. Sit. All right. Should be an easy putt from there. Matt really wants this.
Oh,
He knew it. He called it as soon. I think he called it before it left his hand. He was like, "Nope."
yeah,
Hey,
you can see his body language. He didn't like it.
There's a big birdie putt from Dave Sileo. That's his second big putt today. Oh, and we're getting another examination. He's got a nice spin putt from the chest with some Hyzer. Crooked tree off to his left. Couple tap-ins here to finish up the pars. Everybody's smiling. Good day at Sugar Creek. Or Sugar Creek, as we call it. Tell us about hole 9
Yes.
here, Chris.
If you're from Western PA, yeah, you'll call it Sugar Creek. Hole 9 is slightly uphill, 182-foot shot. Got either a turnover putter shot or forehand.
Yeah, and our guys should all be able to birdie this. But as you'll see, you get one tree, you might be far enough away that a bogey's in mind. Definitely a touch shot. Looks like he's going with something stable there.
A little long.
I've got his discs here. I'm going to see. I believe that was his Colored Glow Firebird, he said. From Mark.
Oh, Vinny with a nice shot.
Putting a move on it. As a lefty, he takes lines that I wouldn't expect sometimes. Got a little stuck into the ground there. He's going to have these guys are all going to have a look if they want to get some birdies. Ooh.
Off the basket.
Take that 1 inch higher. There we go, Rosier. And an examination. They're coming left and right here. Nice.
Starting
He
to
knew
warm
that.
up.
Yeah, he knew that one was in. He didn't say no before he threw it. Matt's part of Team Hazy Shade representing, and I gotta say, I like the purple, rocking the Disc Golf Examiner purple. I think Dave's out here. I'd say he's got a 15-footer. Easy. Maybe a little closer. Birdie. And Mark was sad because he ruined the star frame. Sorry, Mark. On to hole 10, and this one is funny because every time you're like, oh, did someone put this tree here as a target? Well, these guys out here, Sugarcreek, hung a target on the tree you got to miss there. So it's always in your head.
That it is. That tree was hit many a times putting this hole in.
Yeah, this is a great righty forehand or a turnover backhand. That's the tree you want to miss and go to the right of.
But you caught that.
And clipped it. Looks like somebody really hit that hard recently. Yeah, he went right at the target. That's going to put him in a good position, though. He cut through the woods and kind of cut the corner on a local route. Ooh, that was on track to hit the pole, I think. Just cut the last tree on the green. Look at that. Nice, smooth forehand. Catches a tiny tree and kicks him behind an even bigger tree. We'll have a tester there. Dave's up first.
Dave's got a long look.
Good run, good run. Oh, another good one. Man. If he starts nailing those putts, I mean, he's going to be winning everything around here. Oh,
Vinny was a
Vinny.
nice putt.
Speaking of big putts, Vinny Big Putts over here. He's got a really nice, powerful hyzer putt, able to go around that tree and just can it. Dead center. Matt, he's struggling with low putts today. I mean, he knows it because he keeps saying it. I don't know if it's picked up on camera, but there we go. Good par out from Mark. So a couple strokes are going to move around there. Vinny picking up one on Mark, so they're within one stroke there. And Dave is now tied with Mark. Rosier going into the negative as well. So things are heating up a little bit. That was hole 10 out here at Sugarcreek. And since we've got a 20-hole layout, that's going to be the first half of our coverage. I want to again thank Prodigy Disc for powering this tournament, the Hoppy Hyzer, our TD, Cody Wingett, and our coverage sponsors in Steel City Disc Golf and Trinity Sports. Taking a look at some of our other players here, Nate Langer, always banging putts from way out, loving his fans, giving us the love. And I want to give some love and thanks to Chris Lutz, who did some commentary here, and especially for all the work you do out on the course out there. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Looking forward to the back 10 and see how everybody finishes out.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So I'm Brian Bowman for Brian Keegan, Jeff Avila, Chris Lutz, and all of the DGX gang. Just want to say until next time, keep banging those chains. And there's Chris banging a chain.